A very good afternoon to everyone here. Mr. Manoj Singh, Chairman, Zone 4. Anil Kumar, Deputy President. Associate Professor Ganesh, thank you for the glowing words. Mithran Balakrishnan, Vice President, Education. Graduates of the 2024 Sathya Sai Education in Human Values class, parents and guests. A very good day to all of you and a very, very warm welcome to APU. It is really very heartening to see such a dedicated group of you who are committed to human values. Truly heartening. Esteemed guests, early in my childhood, I grew up in a community where empathy and compassion were very deeply ingrained values, fostered, of course, by my parents. Witnessing the struggles of those around me, particularly our young generation who were in search of affordable and high-quality education, I felt a strong desire to make a difference. As I progressed through my own education and career, this desire only grew stronger. So when I co-founded APIIT, which is now called APU, I saw an opportunity to create a university that not only provided quality education, but also one that creates socially responsible graduates. I believe that education should go beyond the classroom and equip students with the knowledge, skills, and values to become global citizens. I often say to everyone that our philosophy is so simple. In any ordinary case, or rather every single university around the world gets the same type of students. Students from schools who have spent 10 to 12 years attending school in a very hierarchical environment, afraid of headmasters, afraid of teachers, lacking confidence, and in many cases, not knowing the real world around them. And I often challenge my colleagues that we're not in just education. We are in professional development, which means we have to transform the school kid with all the values he comes with into professionals by the time they graduate. Professionals meaning, it's a very wide definition for professionals as we use it. First of all, they must be competent in which they graduated, which many universities fail to do. Many universities, the simplest model will be to take school kids, put them through lectures, give them assignments, set exams for them, and when they pass, give them a degree. These universities have just graduated school kids with degrees. And that's why they can't really make a difference to the world around them. Employers don't take them, and when they get employed, they are underemployed, not at the right level for which they qualified, or they don't get a job. That destroys families. It destroys the socio-economic fabric that is required for a thriving economy and a thriving population. Parents put in very hard-earned money to educate their children, particularly those who go to the private sector. And many of them have to make sacrifices to make it possible. the last thing the university should generate is a graduate that doesn't get a job, that is not responsible and not socially inclined to make a difference. That's not a graduate to me. So, university education should be transformative because we are all receiving the same students. We've got to build their confidence away from the structure they came from, which is highly hierarchical. You see a headmaster, you shiver, and you stand up when the teachers come in. They regiment every kid, sit up straight, don't make noise. But children are not born not to make noise. They're born to be active. So university education should be transformative in the sense that we got to build their confidence. And we got to give them the ability to work with others, an ability to make a difference to the world. And that's what we should be doing. So every APU graduate is only a graduate when he's got professional and socially inclined values. Otherwise, we're just giving him a piece of paper that's useless. At APU, I tell all my colleagues that we should be changing lives. We should be contributing to an enhancement of the socio-economic status of every family. As we all know in this room, and I think there are parents here, our values, our Asian values are such that if we have one successful child and he does extremely well, it changes the fortunes of the whole family because that person will go back and help his siblings, assist the parents, look after them. So it is fundamentally the start of these good things only if they graduate with a piece of paper that actually signifies they are more than just knowledgeable. So that's what our challenge has always been. In fact, we also built the university to carry this philosophy. We believe that people should integrate, learn how to live with each other, and we have the benefit of 130 nationalities on campus from all over the world with no dominance. As I was coming up the lift just now, one of the new students just arrived, and I asked him whether he's a new student. He said yes, he's got his baggage with him, and he was waiting to be taken to his accommodation. He's from France. So we've got students from Europe, Latin America, Central Asia, and all over the Middle East, and all over ASEAN and Southeast Asia. Very rich community. We've got Koreans, Japanese, Taiwanese, Indians, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan. Any country you can name, and if you see the flags outside at center point, it signifies the countries from where they come. And children should be worldly. They should understand other cultures, must be able to mix with them and develop cross values. And this is what we do. And this mix of international communities was done by design, not because we wanted more students. There's no dominant community here, no dominant community. If we just wanted students, 50% of our students could come from China. We didn't do that. Our students from China is capped at 300, that's it. Because we don't want dominance. We want the students who have the benefit of being part of an international community, which represents, APU represents the microcosm of the globalized environment. So, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates who are graduating today, this is so fundamentally important because in today's environment, not like the environment I grew up in and most of the parents here grew up in, values cannot simply be taken for granted. They don't really exist because social media has come by where we pick up a lot of things from there. And family structures have changed. These days, mothers and fathers all have to work, and we assign our children to the maids. That happens in a lot of families. But very little time is left, and the entire fabric of community and family has changed. I won't say it for the worst, but it just has to change because the world progresses and economic pressures places a lot of pressure on families to operate in a different way. So what you're doing in the Sai Sathya Academy, I salute you, and I also understand that the children with you start from very young age up to their teens, and they graduate, and they don't simply automatically get a certificate, but they have to prove themselves. We'd like to learn from you as well on how we can strengthen our own environment. Here, at no cost limits, we support every social event, every event. Every charitable event is supported. We fund it, and we let the students go out there and make a difference to the community. I stand here with a commitment that if there's anything we can do to strengthen your academy, we stand ready to do it. Okay? I thank you so much, so very much from deep inside for the award you're bestowing on me and for recognizing the efforts. But I must tell you that this is just not me. I've often said when people congratulate me for something, I use a common phrase which my colleagues have heard many times. I say that I am blessed with a wonderful community of excellent staff. And that includes Professor Murali. Yeah. So that's a blessing I have been endowed with, and I'm very lucky to be surrounded by people with the same values, and we all move on like a family. We don't see it as work. We see it as a purpose that we are serving. Once again, congratulations to all the graduates. It's delightful to see that you guys have been through quite a bit. Come and help us as well and spread those values. And at the same time, if you're standing where I'm standing, you'll see that there is so much pride emanating out of your parents. And I also salute you parents for putting so much emphasis on ensuring there is a value system in growing children. It's so very important for a harmonious world. Thank you.